from the local station. This is Weather Authority Weekday.
Welcome to Weather Authority Weekday. I'm meteorologist Katie Garner. So we have a lot to talk about today. In fact, we're going to get to it because I want to show you that today is a really good day, okay? Certainly things are going to be changing in the coming days. We're going to see more showers and some potentially severe storms pop up. Don't let the S word, severe, get in your head there. I'm going to guide you through it. I'm going to give you each and every threat that the National Weather Service is expecting, and I'm going to time it all out for you. The last thing I ever want you to do is ever panic. My email's an open inbox. I check it on weekends. I love my job. What can I say? So I really believe that at the end of the day, if you have questions, you should be able to email me anytime you want, and you can. And so just know that. And we have a whole team here, so we're here to help. So we will do. Jax Airport is at 59 degrees, a west breeze at about 7 miles an hour. St. Augustine looks good at 58 and sunny. And Mayport's got a light breeze out of the west at 58 degrees and cloudy out there. So we are dry for the time being. The good news with today is the wind chill factor was not as big of an issue. We knew that. We knew changes were coming. So we've been cold, right? Cold and dry. Yeah. And so, we're going to see continued 50s, but we're going to get to the 70s before we know it tomorrow. So we're at 59 in Jacksonville. 50s up in Georgia, and 50s on the coast, 60 in Green Cove Springs, and 63 in Gainesville. So as we look at radar, it is crystal clear out there right now. And with it being crystal clear, don't get too comfortable because, gosh, we really need the rain. So tomorrow, this is a huge part of the forecast. You're going to notice two different colors on this map, and I really want to break them down. So we are looking at, a marginal risk for severity. It's a level 1 risk. And the lighter green that you see further to the south is a risk for general thunderstorms. Let's show you the meaning of each of these categories. I think it really puts it in perspective. So like I said, we're under that level 1 marginal risk. And to understand the severe thunderstorm risk category, the marginal risk is when there's isolated severe thunderstorms possible, meaning they're not widespread. Okay, so everybody will not see them. And they're very limited in duration and or coverage and or intensity. So to break that down, that means that it could be a very small area that sees a severe thunderstorm. But the threats within those storms could be very impactful. And the problem with these storms is that a lot of them are going to happen late afternoon into when the sun sets. So I don't want you to ever feel alone, like, hey, the sun is set, the wind is blowing, there's a tree near my house. Well, I want you to know what's going on. And that's where our weather app comes in handy. And I know, Caitlin, people email me a lot and they're like, you just want us to download another app. I hear you. Believe me, I had to delete my Bible app the other day because I needed to keep my Uber Eats app, and the storage was a little heavier there on the...
I love when it tells you how the rain is approaching.
Yeah, I love that too.
In the area.
Isn't it great? So the app does do that. So what will happen is when you pull the app up and you look at radar, it'll tell you when lightning is approaching, which is huge, and it'll show you the rain. You're actually going to be able to see the distinct cold front line of that rain. It'll be green and yellow and potentially red. Yellow and red indicate that it's a little bit heavier. And I'm sure people know this, but I think it's good to reiterate on the stream because we don't often get to do it on air. So when you track it, you can also see this feature. I know we do actually, where you can track it based on time, and it'll take you a little bit in the future and show you where that line is going to go. And weather's every day changing, every hour, every minute changing, right? So that's why we track it. And another thing I'll mention is a lot of times when thunderstorms form, occasionally you can see some rotation, and that could lead to the threat of a very, very isolated tornado. I didn't go in on that in every hit on air today because people really take that to heart, and then they think, oh, we're going to definitely have a tornado. Our main threats, in fact, Caitlin, look at this. I'm going to pull this up if I can. Are we able to take this, my screen? Probably not. Can you go to National Weather Service if you can? And while I talk about this forecast and kind of give more of the meaning, we'll pull up just WJXT, and I'll show you guys what the primary threats are. I think it's very important that you feel secure in this. And so, yeah, we'll go right there and then we'll take a look. Caitlin's the best. Oh my God, it's like she's a genius. She gets it done. So we're looking at this. So what this is, you got to understand there's 5 levels, as you just saw, of severity. We're at a level 1. So I want you to deep breath. This is rain we need, okay? And it's going to be Saturday afternoon into the late evening. So you're going to have strong wind gusts of about 40 to 60 miles an hour. Okay, that's a big deal. So bring anything in that you don't want to blow away, okay? Small to marginally severe hail is going to potentially be an issue, okay? And then we're going to see the potential. I love the word potential. brief isolated tornado that is possible in inland southeast Georgia. That is if the atmosphere creates a conducive environment for that rotation to spin up. It is a very small chance. So the next round of rainfall moves through the area Saturday into Saturday night. Isolated to scattered thunderstorms expected, with a few becoming strong to severe. Here's where. Mainly down the I-10 corridor northward. The main hazards again will be gusty winds, marginally severe hail, and a brief tornado is possible, potentially, over inland southeast Georgia. One thing you'll never have to worry about is when we use the words possible and potential. To us, as meteorologists, we hear those words, but we take that very, very seriously, and that we say, you know what, possible, potential or not, we're on it. And the minute that we see anything that even looks like it could rotate, you won't see that. We will. And that means we're going to track it diligently. We've got special tools for that, and we use them very, very diligently. So again, that would primarily be in southeast Georgia. But the darker green is where the severe storms are expected. The lighter green is where the non-severe storms are expected. So take a look at why. I like to explain the why behind things. I think that's really imperative. We don't always have the time to do this on air, although we all do a pretty good job of it. But system with that blue line, that's a cold front, come through. What low pressures typically do is bring moisture. And again, we're in a moderate to severe drought, so we need this rain. It'll be heavy at times though, so just know that. But all the rain is coming in. Now you can see that timeline. 3 o'clock on Saturdays when it's kind of approaching. Noon to 3 o'clock, we'll see likely some lighter spotty showers. But from 3 o'clock onward, it starts to move through. Heaviest is about 6 to 8 o'clock. And as we look at this, you know, we're going to continue to see that the front will push through Saturday night. Sunday morning early, I've got a 20% chance of raining because some showers on the back end of that front could come through. Once that front comes through, cooler, not colder, cooler air is going to come in behind it. To put it in perspective, tomorrow will be in the 70s for our highs, but by Sunday, as this front pushes through, we will go back into the 60s, okay? So I'm happy that you're going to get to the Jags game, no problems. I think that is amazing, and really, as we look at future track here, couple of showers possible tonight. I've been talking about that. I talked about that in Mel's stream and John's stream, Jen's stream, but John was in today, did fabulous. And these showers could come in later tonight, you know, this evening tonight. They're not going to hurt you, and they're primarily going to stay up in Georgia. They're very light. Tomorrow morning, you'll be in good shape. By noon, that's when some of these pop-ups start to move through the lighter variety. And then, like I said, 3, 4 o'clock, you start to see some of this activity in Georgia. 4 to 6, it really starts coming into Georgia. And then 6 to 8 starts to make its way from Georgia into Jacksonville. But still, Georgia, you're going to be heavily impacted by this. And it's going to be a nighttime event. And that's why we encourage you to download the app. Because, again, I don't want you to feel alone. I want you to have your phone with you charged up and know that we've got you through this. We're going to let you know of every alert, watch, warning, advisory, anything. And then you'll see even by midnight, it's still going to be pretty heavy. So in the morning on Sunday, some of those showers are south of Palm Coast, Palatka, Wielatka, you know, Georgetown. I think Georgetown is the name of the, I could be wrong. I don't know. It's way down there. But future track, this is what's important. We're going to do it up close. As you look at Sunday, you're tailgating, you're at the game by 1. Well. The Jags play the Titans 64 by game day. You're in the middle of the game. It's going to be great. Okay, we're going to get that W. I just know it. I feel it. We're going to get that W. We are going to get the W. You say it a couple times, it comes true. Isn't that right? That's superstitious.
Yeah.
We're going to get the W.
Jags, yeah.
Yeah. Go Jags, baby. So rain chances, 50% chance Saturday, 20% chance Monday, and very light chances Thursday. My point being, we're in this drought. We've got really one day where we're likely to see this rainfall, and we're hoping it helps the drought monitor. It's gotten a little bit worse for Waycross down to Gainesville, a severe drought. It was just in Waycross, but then it extended itself earlier in the week. And then we've got a moderate drought for everybody to the right. So T-time forecast today, I mean, get it in while you can. You know what I'm saying? Take a half day. Maybe people aren't even working day after New Year's. But go out there on that golf course. The dogs are going to love their walks today. They sure are. Cloudy skies, you're going to be around 67 by about 5 o'clock. And as you look at the forecast today, 70 degrees, partly cloudy skies out there for you. Into tonight, 51 and cloudy. And that low is a lot better than those 30s we've been seeing. 72 tomorrow. So, you know, as we get to your hourlies today, 50s now, 50s by 8 o'clock, 60s everywhere in between. But again, as that cold front pushes through, we're right at 70 today. For some of you, 60s for some of you as well. We go into the 60s on Sunday simply because of that cooler air, and then we see 70s make a return.